top destination for everything pop culture. My name is Astøn, and I'll be your host for today's episode of Lost Culture's Power Season 4, episode 6, a new man recap. So let's jump right into it. Before we get, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Our goal for this video is to hit 20 likes. Let's see if we can knock that out the park, and let's jump right into it. So let's talk about James, Jamie, Ghost, whatever you want to call him. Let's jump right into it. So we get to see him waking up in the bed. Tasha's not there. We see Tasha's in the kitchen. He's talking to her. Oh, we should work things out. Forget about the past. I wish I never met Angela. And we see soon he say the Angela name, it triggered Tasha. Boy, she hit him with the what did she say to him? Oh, she said something like, "Oh, I could tell it's not over with you and Angela by the way she just hopped on the stand and just blew up her whole spot," which is true. Obviously, Angela, I don't think them getting back together is in the cards anytime soon. I don't really see that happening, but I don't really see how any other way for Angela to still be in the show with Ghost, and that she's literally just trying to like get him for the rest of the series. I don't see any other way for Angela to be in the show. But going over that part, we see my boy free. Ghost is out on the street. We see when he heads into Truth, Kane is out there waiting for him. But we see all the camera guys are there. That stops Kanan from walking in. We see Stern walk up, stops Kanan from walking in. And oh my God, now we find out Stern like made a deal for Tasha to be so smart. Well, they make Tasha seem so smart. She do a lot of dumb shit. She said, Stern just said he'll give us this money and not worry about us paying him back. No, he ain't worried about y'all paying him back. He worried about James paying him back. That's why anytime Stern does something, I know a lot of people like, damn, where's Stern at? Where's Stern at? Maybe Tony connected to Stern. No, Stern on his own little moves. And we see, since Tasha took the money from him, he wants James to come through and be the face of his new, what was it? It was like he was building something. I forgot what he was building. I don't know if they mentioned what he was building, but he wanted James to be the face of it, so they can get like the minority grants and everything, and the tax breaks. And it makes sense for business wise, but it's just I just have an issue that Tasha put him in this situation, and we see when we get home. When we see when he gets back home, they had that conversation with Tasha about it, that she's obviously up to some shit. Like Tasha, like gotta be one of the grimiest. Like James is grimy as fuck, but Tasha is mad grimy. We see the money from Mulan. He brings that up. She comes up like, oh, so what the fuck is Tasha doing with that money? Like I feel like she's back to her old little tricks. Her like what was she doing like season 1 or season 2 when she's like her little escape money? That's all this is. Like this is her escape. Hold up. I remember she said something in a couple episodes where she bought some dresses using cash. I know she ain't spend this man's money, spend Tommy and his money on some goddamn clothes. That better not be where her money went. That better not be where she spent all this money. Because obviously she did something she wasn't supposed to do with the money. Because James mentioned the fact that the money that she got back from Milan should have been enough to cover everything. She didn't pay bail. I mean, she didn't use it for bail. So where the hell did all that money go? That is a good question. This is stuff like this. When I say Tasha on some bullshit, Tasha does some of the dumbest shit. She does some unnecessary shit. Like, why wouldn't you think Ghost will find out about the money? Like, she really planned on Ghost going down for that. She really did plan for Ghost to go down for that. Which is like super grimy. We see, I tell you all the time, Tasha is all for self. We see at least Ghost didn't take the deal because of Tommy. So Ghost has something that he stands on. But Tasha, boy, oh boy, Tasha is grimy. Tasha is so grimy. But we see we see they had that conversation. I feel like Ghost was still thinking about the money situation that Tasha tried to like brush over, but I have no idea. And hey, how she had like, oh, you're smarter than him. You'll figure some way to get over. Like, first of all, I shouldn't be in this situation. I'm in this situation because you put me in this situation. And it's funny. I love like when he brought it up. Like, I'm not talking to Stern because of something I did with him. I'm talking to Stern because of something you did. And I love this. Like, I love that they brought it up. Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, boy, like, so going on from there. What else did we out there? We see Ghost has to basically team up with Kannon in this episode. Pretty cool. We see finally Kannon gets to jump on Ghost, and they gotta go and do some things. And we see he breaks it down to like, look, I don't got no money right now. I don't know how we're gonna do this. So they gotta take it from Tommy. Now usually I'm like, I gotta say that Ghost, like I guess we're hard on Tasha for like spending other people's money, like being out for self. But this is one of those times where I had to give Ghost a pass, just because he went in there with the intentions of not hurting anybody. But we all know Kannon is reckless. It was either like Tariq die or steal some money from my best friend that I know I can eventually just give right back to him. And this is one of those times where I think the outcome justifies the means. Like, if he didn't do that job, Tariq would be dead. So I have to like give him, I gotta give him the pass on that situation just for that, because we see when Ghost goes in there, he pistol whips people. Even though he couldn't shoot anybody if he wanted to, he pistol whips people. Even with the cash guy, he's talking to him calm, like, look, bro, I'm not trying to hurt you. Just put it down. Just put the money down, like put it in the bag. And we see he reaches for the gun and Kannon takes him out. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But beyond that, yeah. And we see he covers for Kannon also when Tasha calls. It was more so to keep Tasha calm and everything. But we see Ghost is completely out of control. He has no choice but to put his faith and Tariq's faith in Kanon's hand. And I love the way Courtney wrote that, or the whole Right Power team wrote that. And I know some people are going to be upset, like there's no way that Ghost and Kannon would work together. But when you think about it, we've already seen Kannon build this relationship with Tariq. It makes sense. We knew why Ghost had locked them up. We didn't think these two would ever get past their past their gripes, and they still like truly haven't. But for Kannon, man, not for Kannon, but for Tariq, they put their differences aside just to get the situation through. And at the same time, Kannon didn't trust Jukebox either. Kannon was like, if I walk in here, I literally don't know what she's gonna do to me once we kill you. So. And I love the look on Ghost's face when he realizes that Jukebox has Tariq. Like, that was a whole different level of fear, and the whole time he's fucking scared for his son. And boy, oh boy, like, I can't imagine like how that feels. So moving on to Tommy. Tommy went to Chicago. We see Tommy is faced with the choice to like Tommy blatantly says like, I can't kill Ghost. He tell like, at least with like when he was with Lobos, he like, oh, I got you, I'll do this, like I'll kill Ghost. But this time around, he straight up told him, like, told the Connect, I can't kill Ghost. Like there's no way I'm gonna kill Ghost. And I knew something like, I didn't know something was up. I didn't expect the Petar route to go, but I like to see how, like, I love how they spent the Petar route. Like Petar was playing Tommy, which I could see that happening. I can understand. I could definitely, once I seen it happen, I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. It definitely makes sense why like Petar was acting the way he was acting and whatnot. It actually, like, a lot of stuff makes sense now. So we see Tommy out there. He's having a chum time. He's drinking, partying, talking about his past. We see he had like a rough childhood. He was a bouncer in a strip club. Tommy is a lot different, and he talked about how he was in love with the hustle. And one thing that gave away that something was up, besides the fact that they're just walking into like these abandoned places, was the fact that we're like, oh, I was surprised you guys gave the okay for the Petar, I mean, for the Milan kill so fast. Like, it was just so smooth. And we found out that because Petar just set it up. And Petar was just looking like, oh, I'll just use Tommy as the fall guy. He went through. And the issue was, I think the fact that they left old girl alive was the only thing that saved Tommy. Because obviously he was trusting Petar. We see he brought them out. And he's like, oh, due to the fact you did this, blah, 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 we gotta kill you. Like, you just can't knock off one of our people without permission, even though you replaced them. So we see all that happens. We see Tommy get knocked out, he put in there. And we see once he accepts his death, the first person he thinks of is Holly. So I thought he was just going back on everything. It was funny when Tommy brought up the fact, like, oh, we were talking about expanding, blah, 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 what's going on? And we see Petar gets killed. And we see in that moment, well, I already said that he thought about Holly. Dang, this is like, I don't know what's going on with me. I've been off all week, all day. So we see that happen. We see now he's on the highway back, going back to New York. And where he stops at is Cleveland. And we find out why he stops at Cleveland. He stops in Cleveland due to the fact that Holly's uncle used to like molest her when she was a child. And we see that he loses control. He just loses control and kills him. Like, and it's crazy that that murder mirrored the Ghost murder so closely. That's one thing that I really noticed about that scene, was that him and Ghost are more alike than we want to believe. Like, you see when Ghost snapped, he just killed the guard with like the weight bell. And we see Tommy does the same thing, very sloppy, in a spot where he's obviously going to be found with an open house. Boy, it was pretty brutal. Like, that was a pretty brutal scene. I can't believe he did that. And I want to know how Tommy's going to react when he gets home. That's one thing I want to know. Like, when he gets home, he realized everything that popped off. Because we see he was surprised, like, oh, Ghost out of jail? That surprised a lot of people. Because we see Julio didn't know and everything. So, moving on to Kannon. This was like Kannon's arc. I don't know if he's actually... This is a good way to send Kannon off. Because if he took the money, now he's off in the wind, that makes perfect... Like, it makes perfect sense. He has enough money to be out. He killed Jukebox. So, this is a perfect way out for him. I know 50's been talking about he wants to do a lot of different things. He's been kind of with power, so he wants to like... he wants to take time off. So this is a perfect way for Kannon to be out in the wind, but it leaves it open enough so when 50's done with the BMF show or his late night talk show that he's doing, he can just come back in and pick up like he never left, and it makes sense to the story. So for them not killing Kannon, it made a lot more sense in the situation. Like, oh, Kannon just go back, now he can come and go as he pleases. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of the show, was to see the chemistry that 50 and Omari has. I love that chemistry that Kannon and James used, like when they were breaking into the houses. Only thing was, it was super sloppy when Ghost went for the gun. But beyond that, we see he's breaking down, getting ready to cry when his son's like, with the jukebox had the gun to Tariq's head. We see in like in Jukebox's last moments, she has Tariq. Well, she has Kannon like confess everything to Tariq. So therefore, it's even if she knew she was gonna die in the situation because there was no way she could outshoot two guns. Her issue was she got sloppy when she pulled the gun off of Tariq. She should have never did that. That was her fatal mistake. She should have never did that. She should have stayed focused in the situation and kept the gun on Tariq. But no, she pointed the gun at Ghost. and one like losing her temper a little bit. We see she get up. That's enough time for Kannon to get the kill shot. Now, I predicted Jukebox was going to die. You can go in the comics section. I definitely predicted that. The crazy part is I actually like Jukebox. I'm kind of mad that she's gone already, but there was no other way for her to go. If Kannon didn't do it, it was going to be Ghost. And it was... I didn't think it was going to go like this. I feel like I knew it was going to be over Tariq, that Kannon was going to end up killing Jukebox, but I thought it was going to be under a different situation. So, boy, oh boy. So now, with that situation done, we see Kanon's out in the wind, Jukebox gone, the Ghost and Kannon relationship. Kannon, and it's funny because Ghost had the chance to kill Kannon. Kannon had the chance to kill Ghost, and both of them couldn't do it. Like, I love how the fact that that the relationship they have, they still couldn't do it, even when these two are already like the mutual respect that they have for each other, they couldn't do it. Like, in the moment, they could not pull the trigger to end the other one's life, even though that would have fucked him up with the juke. Like, for James, would have messed him up for Jukebox, and for Kannon, he had it. But I feel like him killing his own son, he wanted Tariq to actually have a dad that would be there for him. That's one thing I could think of. Like, he knew he wasn't there for his son, and he knew he couldn't be there for Tariq anymore. That's the only reason I think he did not. Kannon didn't pull the trigger on pull the trigger. So yeah, but let's get to Tariq. Tariq is not escaping this slander. Tariq is gonna catch all this slander. This boy's a fucking idiot. He is an idiot. There's nothing to say about him. He's an idiot. Like, she obviously took you out to a random ass spot. She had you there 2 days, and you thought nothing of it. Nothing of it. She told you Slim was coming. Nah. You was cool with that. You was playing video games. I'm not even going to mention the fact that they're in a bando with electricity. I don't know how New York works, but where I'm from, if it's in an abandoned building, there is no electricity there. There is no way the bandos don't have electricity. There's no electricity. That's one thing I kind of like. How the hell he's in an abandoned building playing 2K or whatever game he was playing with a TV? I'm like, bro, they gotta do better than that. They gotta do better than this. Like, they gotta do better than this. Oh my God. But he's an idiot. And we see he's walking out the door, this boy get pistol whipped, and he just goes right to sleep. That's my issue. I swear, people are going to sleep with no issue in power. Like, ain't no way everybody got the perfect, knows the perfect spot to pistol whip somebody to put them to sleep. Tommy went to sleep. We see Tariq go to sleep. Tariq might want to sleep. He's a little soft, but yeah. I like in the moment too when like Kannon confessing to killing Sean. He like, oh, Sean was soft. He not like you. Tariq is a lot tougher than Sean was. He is built a little bit different, cut from a different cloth, but he definitely ain't built for the street life either. He's not smart enough. I think this situation is going to change that for him. He might like smarten up a little bit, be a little bit more streetwise, and Ghost might let him into like the family business. Even though Ghost went straight, he might take the blinders off and let him know a little bit more. And I think this is definitely going to push Tariq and Ghost a lot closer. I don't think they may not tell Tasha about this. They may not tell Tasha about this. That's what I want to know. I want to see how how Ghost and Tariq is gonna put this out to Tasha. Let me know your ideas in the comment section. Like, that's my idea. I'm pretty sure I'll come up with an idea before the end of the video. But let me know your idea. How do you think that Ghost and Tariq is gonna play this off the mount? Or you think they're gonna play it off that Tariq was with a girl and he got yelled at the whole car ride home or something? Let me know what you guys think is gonna happen. So going on from there, we got Jukebox. Jukebox. We finally found out how Jukebox got her nickname. because she was a good singer. She could perform anything better than anybody that was in the jukebox. So you sang your song, she remixed it better than you. That's what she was going off of. And we see she had a little couple notes for a couple seconds and then night night little nigga. Or lights out little nigga. I don't know what she said to him. But we see she's rushing Kannon. I don't know why she was there by herself. Like, she always said like, oh, the old man, like losing his, like, yeah, he ain't what he used to be or whatever. Like, boy, she had no respect for Tariq. None whatsoever. Tariq, like, she had no respect for little mans. We see she was pretty good at impersonating Tariq. We see she got over on Tasha, but beyond that, that's really all we got for that. Let's move on to Dre. So young Dre doing the power moves. We see Dre talks Julio into setting up a meeting to connect with the other for I can't think of the other little Prometheus. Yeah, the other set of Prometheus and Crucible. Like Crucible was just like running his mouth and everything, and we see Dre end up setting up the meeting, but he didn't set up the Toros. Like he let the Toros know, hey, look, Ghost is out the game. That means anything that Ghost did to cover for Julio is null and void. If Ghost ain't in the game, who do you have to worry about backlash from? Nobody. You're good. Like it's okay. So we see the Toro. He's at the meeting with Julio. Julio walks in, and oh my God. But before we get on the Julio scene, my boy Dre, like Julio, like let's go. Julio is so stupid. Julio is so stupid. Why did he go to this meeting by himself? Maybe he thought, like, even because you know you can't get a hold of Tommy. So that should be a red flag right there. Something's up. Something is up. Why not try to get a hold of Ghost? Huh? Then going on from there, we do find out that Kannon, like everybody is supposed to kill Kannon if they see him. Like anybody who see Kannon is supposed to kill him. But we see that happen. Why did Julio trust Dre when Dre said Kannon came by truth? I'm supposed to shoot him in the club. Julio didn't see Kannon in truth. Julio seen Kannon in the underground club. So why would you believe Dre after that? I don't know if that's a writing error or what, but even on that point, why didn't Julio kill him? He was supposed to kill him on sight. He definitely had the upper hand on Kannon. There's a lot of things I think about, but Julio just dumb in the situation because when he said the whole truth situation, I'm like, I didn't see him at truth. Like, I didn't know he came to truth. And how come you didn't tell nobody? Like, Julio is so stupid. He's so stupid. So stupid. So, but I can't, like, front. Julio did hold his own in the fight. He killed 2 of them. Just the third, like, by the time he got to the third one, he just wasn't strong enough. Well, he was strong enough. He just took too much damage, took too many wounds to be able to survive that last one. I don't know why Julio didn't try to get back to his gun. Like, one of those 2 that he killed had his gun. If he would have just got to his gun, he would have been fine. Especially after he killed the first one. One of those 2 had his gun. So he should have just got to his gun. If he would have got to his gun, he would have been fine. But we see that situation happen. We see when he tells him, oh, Drake's going to kill you, and you deserve it. And you deserve it. And it does make sense. We see Drake going down this path that he's definitely a hybrid of Ghost and Kannon. Boy, oh boy. Dre would do whatever it takes to get to the next level. And we see he's kind of like, shit, I got to figure out if James actually know I'm moving weight through the club. So next week he'll have to deal with that issue. We know he's got to deal with deal with Tommy next week. But I don't, for Dre, I do see him making it to the end of the season. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I do actually see him making it. I don't feel like Tommy's going to kill him, especially since Tommy's actually going to need him next week. Because Julio's out the game. He can't really trust him, but only time can tell. Only time can tell. So let's move on to Tasha. It's going to be like a Tasha Keisha thing together. Tasha. Y'all cannot get mad at me for slandering Tasha. If this episode don't show you enough that Tasha's fucked up, I don't know what to tell you. Ghost do some fucked up stuff, but Ghost does it for the right reasons. Like, even though he had like Tommy arrested, very fucked up move, but he had a way to where either he was gonna have Angie just drop the charges for him, or he was gonna like mess up the case to where the charges got dropped no matter what. So when he robbed Tommy, he had to rob Tommy for Tariq. But Tasha, she not only took the money from Milan, and we have no idea what she did with it, but should have covered all the bills and expenses until Ghost got out. But she tells Keisha, when Keisha's asking, oh, don't worry, we'll be out of your club. Like, she joined Keisha's little hair salon, turned it into a money cleaner against her best friend's wishes. Then now her friend's like, oh, I want my shop to be just a shop again, to be legit, because I don't want to be arrested. I want everything to be okay for my son. And she tells him, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're working on that right now. Blatant lie. What else did she do? Then she hit him with that line about Ghost, and not Ghost, about Tommy. Like, hey, have you talked to Tommy or whatever? No, his phone must be broke or something. Then she hits her with the line like, oh, if anybody know how men are, you know how they are. I'm like, really, Tasha? That's what we hitting her with right now? That's how we playing the game right now? So Tasha is kind of fucked up on several different levels for me. Several different levels for me. That was kind of like Tasha hit like some sideways notes for me. And I don't know what she did with this money that was supposed to hold her over until whenever. I'm pretty sure she was using that for her getaway money. I'm pretty sure that was her escape money. I'm pretty sure that was her escape money. Now, there's nothing really else to say about this situation. We see she's still low-key jealous of Angela. Angela didn't have any screen time in this episode. Neither did Sax, the rest of the prosecution team. I want to see how that turns out, though. That's really how I want to see how that turns out. Who else? We see Tony calls Ghost and tells him, like, look, I need to see Tommy. Ghost lets her know, like, look, everything's on the plan. He didn't tell her he hasn't had a chance to get in contact with her. He just let him know, like, look, I am trying to do my best to get this situation figured out. You just got to give me a little bit more time. And we see Tony's getting impatient. I don't see Tony, like, running his mouth yet, because he doesn't have any... Well, he does have, like, leverage on that, but if he burns Ghost, he still doesn't get Tommy. So he has to wait it out to see how that's going to play out. We know Tommy's back next week. So let's see if Tommy can wait long enough for Ghost to actually get the message to Tommy in that department. Now, moving on to our final character of the week, I got to get a power move to Stern. My boy Stern showed up and already got James basically tied into a situation again by going after the weakest link. Now, wolves always can spot a lamb, and Tasha was that lamb. And I don't know if Tasha did that on purpose to put Ghost back in that situation, maybe thinking he would go back to the drug business. that's what I can think of her motive was. She knows better than this. I feel like she did this to force him into a corner to where he would have to sell drugs again, I feel like. Because Tasha's all about that lifestyle. She's all about that lifestyle. We've seen her since day one. She's all about that lifestyle. She doesn't care what Ghost does. She wants to maintain the life of the that they're living at right now. She doesn't want the legit money because it's not as much money as it was for the drug money. And which is stupid to me. I think I would rather be legit and have a little bit less money and still live well rather than risk penitentiary times. Yeah, but I gotta give this Stern. I love when he hit him with the minorities, all the hype right now. I love when he hits when he hit James with that one. Like my boy, ruthless. But beyond that, that's all we got. We're just gonna move into our predictions. So for my predictions, I don't know how Ghost is gonna work out of that little Stern situation, but there's definitely gonna be a fallout between Tasha and Ghost over that money situation. Somehow, Ghost and Angela got to end up working together again, and I want to see how that works. How that's going to be. So, there's going to be some situation that forces Angela and Ghost back together, not as in a relationship, but they're definitely be forced together to work. Like maybe Ghost is like protecting her or something, or she gonna like he got to do like something that's he got to do something to protect her. Kannon has gone to win. That's my prediction for that. Kanon's going to win. We're not seeing him for the rest of the season. If we do, he's just he's gonna be in and out. He's not dying or anything. He's just gone for the rest of the season. Tariq, there's definitely gonna be some fallout for Tariq. I don't know. I think he's gonna have to reevaluate his relationship with his dad and his uncle now that he realizes what they're into. Now that he understands the family business is really on some street shit, he's definitely have to reevaluate that and reevaluate how he moves and what his dad is going to do for him. So for Tommy, I feel like somehow, like they're going to be like, I want to see what the Tommy and Dre situation, because we know Tommy knows that that Kane is back alive, and I want to see how. That's what it is. The Tommy and Ghost situation. Tommy has a little fallout when he finds out that Ghost robbed him, but it's going to be remedied when he finds out the reason for it, and that Ghost is like, I think he's telling Ghost like, don't even worry about the money. That's going to be honest. I feel like he's going to be like, don't even worry about the money as long as my little man's safe. That's really all that matters to me. Like he's going to be pissed that Marcus got killed, but that's going to be remedied. Just off the fact that Tariq is back, like he doesn't place those drug dealers like his little minions over Tariq. Tariq is definitely first. We see even when he was getting ready he wanted to kill Ghost. When Tariq was in trouble, when Tariq was doing something stupid, Tommy rushed out in a heartbeat. So I feel like, regardless of how Holly felt about it, he was there for Tariq. So that's one thing I feel for that. But let me know what you guys think, how that's going to turn out for you guys. Those are my predictions. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for all the support you guys are showing. And as always, stay lost.